All right, so let's dive into a project that's, well, it's kind of part engineering, part art. We're talking about transforming your car into a truly functional, comfortable home on wheels. It's all about designing a setup that just works and makes every adventure a whole lot better. I mean, we've all seen the dream online, right? That perfectly organized, super cozy space that looks like it's ready for literally any adventure. But let's be real, the reality for so many of us is a cramped, messy car. You've got wasted space, gear all over the place, and sleeping is awkward to say the least. It's just so frustrating when your setup feels like it's working against you. So the big question is, how do you bridge that gap? How do you get from that chaotic reality to the efficient, comfortable dream? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out in this explainer. And it all starts with a plan. So where do we begin? Well, believe it or not, every great build starts way before you ever pick up a saw or a drill. It starts with numbers. You can think of this first step, your blueprint, as the map. It's the map that's going to guide every single decision you make from this point forward. And you don't need some fancy computer program for this. Honestly, a simple piece of paper, a pen, and a measuring tape, these are going to be your most valuable tools in this whole process. This initial sketch, as long as it's filled with precise, accurate numbers, is what's going to inform everything else you do. Now, to make that sketch useful, you need these 5 critical measurements. Okay, first up, length, from the back of the seats to your tailgate. Second, width, and pay really close attention here because you need the width between the wheel wells and at shoulder height. They're often different. Third, height, floor to ceiling. Fourth, clearance, any space under seats or platform for storage. And fifth, and this one's so easy to forget, your door openings. You got to make sure you can actually load your build into the car. And here's a little pro tip for you that is a total game changer. Grab a simple laser measurer. It's just faster and way more accurate than a flimsy tape measure, especially for those awkward interior spots. Seriously, getting these numbers right is the absolute foundation of your entire design. A little bit of precision right now will save you from major headaches down the road, for sure. So once you have your measurements, you know the exact dimensions of your canvas. The next big question is, what kind of masterpiece are you going to create? This part is all about defining your personal adventure style, because the best setup is always a direct reflection of how you actually travel. First thing to ask yourself is who's coming along for the ride. A build for a solo traveler who needs to stash a mountain bike is going to look completely different from a build for a couple that just wants a big, comfy, full-width bed. Next up, let's talk about food. Are you a gourmet camp chef who dreams of a fancy pull-out kitchen? Or are you more of a just need to boil water for coffee kind of person? Your cooking style has a huge impact on the layout. And here's the classic trade-off. Do you want a permanent bed that's always ready to go the second you get tired? Or would you rather have a convertible system, something that can flip from a bed into a little seating area, giving you a spot to hang out inside if it's pouring rain? Okay, you know your space, you know your style. Now it's time to bring it all together. And the real key here is to design for flexibility. If you choose a modular layout and pick some smart materials, you'll end up with a system that not only works for you right now, but one that can adapt as your adventures change over time. So let's look at some popular options. A full-width platform? That's all about maximum sleeping comfort, perfect for couples. But if you're traveling solo and need to squeeze a bike in, a split platform is awesome. It balances sleep space and gear storage. A slide-out kitchen is a favorite for anyone who wants to keep the cooking mess outside. And then you have foldable sections, which are kind of the ultimate all-arounder. They let you switch from camp mode on the weekend back to cargo mode on Monday. Now, what you build it out of? That's a huge decision. It's a balancing act between weight, strength, and of course, budget. Lightweight plywood, say around 12 to 15 millimeters, is a fantastic and affordable choice. Aluminum frames are even lighter and super sturdy, but they do cost more. The most important thing to remember is to avoid heavy, bulky stuff. It'll just weigh your car down, kill your fuel efficiency, and can even mess with how your car handles on the road. All right, you've got your measurements, you've defined your style, you've chosen your materials. Now, before you go and make those final permanent cuts in that nice wood, it is time to prototype,
test, and secure everything. This is like the final shakedown.
This final checklist, it's pretty much non-negotiable. First, build a quick mock-up out of cardboard. I'm serious. It's cheap, it's fast, and it will immediately show you flaws that look totally fine on paper. Second, test it. Go on a short one-night trip. You will learn more in one night of actually using the setup than you will in weeks of just planning. And third, once you build the real deal, make sure every single heavy item is secured down. You do not want stuff flying around while you're driving.
And speaking of safety, please don't let the excitement of the build make you forget the basics. Ask yourself some simple questions. If you get a flat tire in the middle of nowhere, can you actually get to your spare tire and your jack? Are your door locks and seatbelt anchors blocked by your new build? Every single decision has to be looked at through a safety lens, because a secure setup isn't just about being convenient, it's absolutely critical. At the end of the day, designing the perfect car camping setup is all about making the space work for you. It's a creative process, from those first precise measurements to a modular design that fits your unique adventure style. Think about it. Your car is a blank canvas. So the only question left is, what's your masterpiece going to look like?